Hello viewers, welcome back. In our previous session, we have discussed about the time picker dialog, and in this session, we are going to discuss about date picker dialog. As we discussed in our previous session, it's going to be useful for the ticket booking applications, or maybe any kind of travel booking, or maybe event slot booking, such kind of things. Where we'll pick a date of that particular event or maybe the travel date. So this particular date picker dialog is a predefined control to select the date, and it is going to have the values like month, day of a month, year. To create a picker dialogs or any dialog, we use dialog fragment, and we should create a fragment which extends dialog fragment, and which is going to return a date picker dialog. And to listen to the date selected by the user, we'll use on date set listener interface, and then inside that you are going to call on date set method. And to show the dialog, we'll use the dialog fragment show method. Now I'm just going to take a simple example here. Go to file, new project, select empty activity, and here it is going to be, project name is going to be date picker dialog. Click on finish. So to have a little change, so in our previous session, I have set the data to the button when the user select the time. Now in this session, in this example, I'm going to take an edit text itself, because in the real-time scenario, where you'll see most of the cases as an edit text only for the date field. Now, instead of a button, I'm going to take an edit text, and you'll also learn how to set a listener for the edit text also. Now, just go to your layout file, change your parent to relative layout, create an edit text. The default parameters, that is layout width, I'm going to make it match parent, and the height, I'm going to take it as wrap content. And we already know that there is going to be a hint to the user that's going to be, so we can simply say select a date, or maybe any, just I'm going to say hint date. There is no such string, we have to create it. I'm just taking like simply choose date. Next, there should be an input type also, so that is going to be, we already have something like a date and time, so I'm just taking date so that you'll understand what it's going to be. And I'm going to read the values from this, and I'm going to set the values to this at that plus ID. So I'm just taking like my date. I'm done with this from the UI. And for this, you can directly set on click from here, or else directly set on click listener here. I'm creating a global variable for the edit text. So simply date selected. Inside your on create method, load it using find view by ID method. So date selected is equals to find view by ID r dot id dot my date, end with semicolon. And for this, we are setting a listener, means click functionality. So simply say date selected dot set on click listener. You are setting a listener functionality. Click functionality. Set on click listener. New control space. It is going to be on click listener. Done. So when the user click on this, it should show a date picker dialog, right? So now when the user select a date picker dialog, simply we need to have a calendar instance to get it. Create a calendar instance, which is util package. So cal is equals to get instance, simply calendar dot get instance, and with semicolon. So now the int variables I'm going to have, the first thing is like day or day of a month, day of month. is equals to, again it's come from the calendar instance cal dot get method, and I'm trying to get day. So please uppercase because it's already a constant. So day of a month. Even more values are there, like day of a week in a month, day of year, hour of the day, something like this. Just I need day of month and with semicolon, and another variable is like month. Int month is equals to calendar instance dot get, simply type month. You see already you'll get the month, predefined constant already I told you. Next finally year, calendar instance dot cal dot get just year. That's all. And with semicolon, now I have all these values. Now what I'm going to do, I should get a date picker dialog, right? Just simply call date picker dialog directly. We already have this class. So date picker dialog, here it is. This is a widget. This is a class. Date picker dialog. Date picker dialog is equals to new date picker dialog. And this is going to take few parameters. The first one is the activity context, comma the listener. Now you can see the annotations. The listener, which is on date set listener. I'm going to implement it. So just I'm passing this again, comma the int year. So which is already, I have a variable called int. The value has been stored. And next variable is month. So that is already there with me, month. And the next parameter is day of month. That is also stored in day of month variable at mine. And with semicolon. So it's throwing an error. So you should implement here, just simply implements on date set listener. Done. And it is going to throw you an error. Click on implement method. One method only there on date set. So this has been done. But what is the problem here? It is showing when you have to set a listener for this particular. Yeah, already I set it. New on click listener. The context this on click listener. Okay. Just you do one thing, call get application context. So there won't be any issue. And this is on date set listener, but it is taking on click listener. Okay, it should be on date. So you pass this. Okay, so now it's taking date picker dialog dot on date set listener. Okay, I should change this view dot on date set listener, or else simply I'll do one thing. I'm going to remove the implement statement. Delete. Here directly I'll call this with new keyword. New date picker dialog dot on date set listener. So done. When the user set the date, what it should do, it should set the value into the edit text field. What is the edit text field name? So date selected dot set text. I'm setting the data to into that. So what is the date I have selected? So now I'm just, you can follow two ways: DDMMYY international format, date month year. Sorry, domestic format, date month year. International format, MMDDYY format. Now I'm going to take month. So concatenation, and see how we will write the code. Sorry, date month day slash month slash year, or else month slash day slash year. So that is where I'm just separating by forward slash. The next one is date, that is nothing but day of month, concatenation, then forward slash, or finally year. So this is what exactly it's going to be set to that particular edit text. Run your project, select it in the edit text. When you click on the edit text, it is going to display date picker dialog. It's launching activity now. Yeah, click on edit text. It has been given like, it's not showing the date picker dialog. Why it's not showing the date picker dialog? I have given in such a way input type as date. Now I will do one thing. Input type, I'll make it none. Then run your project. Click here. So picker dialog is not showing. Why? I think I missed something. Let me check what I missed. Yeah, I didn't call the date picker dialog to show. So this all is entire one single statement. I should call date picker dialog. We must be cautious about the closing and opening tags. Okay, so this is, yeah, your statement. After this, you should call date picker dialog dot show method. So just run your project. Now, when you click on the edit text, it is going to show date picker dialog. Still, it's not showing. Crashed. Go to logcat. So just go to error message. Scroll up. You can see what is happening here. Window manager bad token exception. Unable to add window. Token null is not valid. Is your activity running? So directory doesn't exist. Okay, line number 33. So here on click of this particular edit text, set on click listener for the button. Okay, yeah, I'll do one thing. I'll just remove the focus for this. So focusable false. Run your project once, and the project is getting ready. Again crashed. Just go to logcat and check what is the problem. On click line number 33. So this should show when the user click. So I'll do one thing, otherwise for the edit text only, here I'll set on click attribute. So that makes some like show date method. Show date. Alt enter. So create a method. And inside this, when the user click on this, it's going to call the calendar instance and year, everything. I'll take it. Create a calendar instance. And no need of the click for this here. I would like to make it simple. We'll see now. After this, you have to call your date picker dialog. So date picker dialog is equals to new date picker dialog. It is going to take the values like the comma. The second is listener. Okay, you have to just call listener here. And int year you have to pass, which is already there with me, year, comma. So next we have month, comma, day of month. End with semicolon. There is only one error here to implement it. Go to red. So see here, make main activity to implement the date set listener. That's all. Automatically the pop-up will also come. And when the user click on this, it should set the data to the edit text. That is the selected date or date selected. Yeah, date selected dot set text. You're trying to pass the value. So first day of the month, concatenation, separate by backslash. The month is like, month, the same concatenation, backslash, and finally year what you are going to display. That's all. Now run your project and see. So in earlier case, there is a conflict between on-click and the date set listener. Let us see. Forgot to show this. These are all the basic mistakes we usually do in the real time. So you must call show. Do not get panicked when the dialog is not showing. You must understand that okay, show method is didn't call. Just click here. Now you can see the date picker has been shown with the current date, that is 27th. I can select here future date or previous date. Anyway, for the traveling, will you choose future date, that is December 7th. Click on OK. Now it's showing like 11, 7, 11, 2020. So you should get it out, right? The month is December, means it's 12. Why it is showing 1? So here the index for the month starts with 0. So January is, so 0 stands for January, 1 stands for February. So when you want to show to the user, you cannot show the date like 7/0/2020, right? It should say 7/1/2020. So please add 1 to this. Done. Click on the edit text and select your date. Like now December 15th. Click on OK. The value has been like 15th December 2020. If you want to show MMDDYY format, you just put this particular part month plus 1 before your day of the month if you want to follow MMDDYY format. So this is how we work with the date picker dialog. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's catch up in the next session.